Hi, welcome back in the workshop, and I have an exciting new video update for you today. So let's start by thanking you for the 15k subscribers on the YouTube channel and for the 3.5k subscribers on the Instagram channel. And as promised, I'm going to do a beautiful, really cool giveaway. The giveaway is something I think is really cool. And if you have never seen these books that are in front of me, these are made by bitmapbooks, and these are beautiful coffee table books all about retro gaming, beautifully binded and full of stories, artwork, behind the scenes stuff, interviews, and I just love them, and I got quite a collection of them at home. So I'm going to give you a chance to win a bitmap book of your choosing, including shipment wherever you are in the world. And at the end of the video I will tell you what you need to do to win one of these bitmap books. So in this video I was hoping to show you a ultra deluxe control panel in polished white, in piano polish white, but it is delayed unfortunately. So I was supposed to meet my client. He's from Germany, his name is Christopher, and he would meet me here in the workshop and he would pick up his control panel, but things went terribly wrong. If you are building one-of-a-kind super deluxe prototypes, inevitably you need to work with companies you never worked with before. And as I can't get a beautiful white piano glass finish myself here in the workshop, I outsourced it to a new company. So it would take about a week, more or less. And after several weeks, I got a message from him that he accidentally sanded through the layers and that he needed to repaint the box. Well, no problem. 1 week passed and I got another message that the box would be ready and that I could pick it up myself, just to save time. So I drove all the way to Enschede, which is a 2-hour drive just to save time for my client. And when I got there, the box was not, the control panel was not finished yet. He needed to sand a little bit more. He needed to polish a little bit more. Anyway, I was not angry, but a little bit disappointed. So I waited there and I waited and I drank coffee and this guy was sanding and he was polishing and it looked actually really good. Then I went back in the car just to do some emails, wait a little bit. It was almost midnight. I came back and then he completely messed up. He sanded through the layers again. So, no problem. I gave the guy another chance. So I drove home without the control panel and I waited and waited and waited. And a week later, I finally got a phone call that the box was beautifully ready and that he did not need to sand anything anymore, did not need to polish anymore. Everything was beautifully done. So I drove back to Enschede, 2 hours again by car. And when I arrived, the guy opened up, he was full in tears and he messed up again. Oh. And it's so sad that I'm laughing about it. So what happened was that while he called me that the box was ready and that I could pick it up, it was not totally ready. He thought, I will polish it. Well, Daniel drives 2 hours to my workshop. I will polish it real quickly. I will finish it. But then karma hits and he messed up again. I think his sander broke or something broke and he again sanded or polished, I'm not sure, through the layers, making a big mess. And it was terrible, it was terrible. So anyway, I took the box, the control panel with me and I gave it to a friend who is a professional painter and I met him at Vestel. His name is Salim, he's from Smits Schildersbedrijf. I will put a link down in the description. And anyway, he's redoing the box, repainting everything. And after that, I can finish it and I can showcase it to you. And of course, get my client here in the workshop so he can pick it up. Now, the big announcement. Walk with me to this table because yes, these are all pinball parts and I'm finally going to build an ultra deluxe virtual pinball cabinet. And as you know, I made the design back in 2022, but I changed it several times. I printed out and read the entire new Pinscape build guide, which are about 5 or 6 big books. And let me show you some of the parts here. The full table is covered in pinball parts. These are some power supplies, all power supplies. These are solenoids, and these are quite amazing. And what they do, they make a nice sound. I will connect one for you. And every time that the ball, that the flipper hits a ball, or the ball is interacting with something on the playfield, these solenoids will trigger. And this will give you the correct feel of playing with the real pinball cabinets. And we are going to have 10 of them in this build. So 10 12-volt solenoids. So this is T-molding. This is a small board that connects to LED strips. And of course we have a lot of LED strips here, and these are super high quality 144 LEDs a meter strips, and they are addressable. So I will show you in later videos, but they will be triggered in game. So every game has its own LED show, so which is really nice. Cables, cables, cables. This is beautiful as well. Let me show you. This is an original Bally chime or chime. I'm not sure what the English word for it is, but a chime bar. And this can be found in older pinball machines, and it's actually like a musical instrument triggered by these solenoids. So every time the solenoid is triggered, a musical sound is heard. It's really authentic, classical, super expensive but beautiful, so that will be in here. This is a motor control board because we have an original Stern shaker motor, which is the original one, and this is lovely. So it's also triggered in-game, and when you're playing, we are in this special mode, the motor will start, and because of the flyweight, the complete cabinet will shake, and it's also a complete immersive experience. So in here, you can't see, but here's a big matrix screen, like this, but then 20 of them. And this is made by Pixelcade, and it will be placed in the back of the machine. I will show you later. But this is a Pixelcade DMD, a real DMD. Let me show you. These are all computer parts. And well, this is a B760 Plus card. These are full Noctua fans. We have a GeForce 4070 Super card, an RTX 4070 Super card, which we need because we have a 3-screen setup. But one of the screens, let me show you. It's by far the most expensive screen I ever worked with, because this is the ROG Swift OLED PG42 monitor, which is an OLED monitor, and it has 144 Hertz. So why did I choose this monitor? Because the viewing angle is absolutely perfect. So if you're watching in an angle, it's super sharp, it's ultra clear, and the higher the refresh rate, the better the experience is. So we have another screen, which is a 32-inch screen, which is an IYAMA screen, and we have a Philips screen, so a 3-screen setup. So this is a really nice button panel, and I will be using this to turn on and off the toys. So maybe we don't want a shaker motor, or we don't want to wake up anybody at home, then we can turn down the solenoids. So this is a really beautiful button panel ready to go. These are all boards that will be placed. Well, not every board will be used, but I bought all boards, and these are made by a French guy who's called, let me see, arnaus.com. Well, his website is arnaus.com, and he makes these beautiful boards. And for instance, this is the brain of the machine. This is the KL shield. There is the KL25 module attached to it, and all the buttons, all the pinball buttons and all the toys will be connected to these boards. And these boards are beautifully made because Let me show you. This, for instance, is a MOS 8, which is a MOSFET board, and it comes complete with fuses. The fuses are not installed yet, but it comes with fuses, and these boards will make it possible to drive the solenoids and all the high-powered stuff that needs lots and lots of power. This is a board for the coin door. This is a voltage divider board, and it's all made so beautiful. It all looks really cool, and what I really like is that this the Arnos guy, he has a lot of humor naming his boards. So this is Mothlight of the Death That Kills. The Death That Kills. What else do we got? Pinball buttons and pinball LEDs. These ones are RGB pinball buttons, so more of that stuff. Let me see, so this is the subwoofer, which is a 200 watt subwoofer, really big one, 20-inch one. And these are beautiful quality speakers. They will be placed in the back box. These are all small amps, amplifiers. There's also somewhere a sound card for the PC, I'm not sure where it is. And let me show you this. Let me open it. So, these are beacon lights, but they are very thin. And I don't really like the big lights on top of the pinball cabinet. So I was searching, and then I found these strobe lights, which are actually really thin. They are low profile. They work on 12 volts. And when given 12 volts, they will have all sorts of LED animations, which is really cool. So they will be placed on the back box. This thing here is a gear motor, an original gear motor. Well, actually, it's not an original pinball gear motor, but it's a motor that is normally used for window controls in cars. In some pinball games, when something is moving, maybe a ramp is moving or something's moving, then you would hear this typical sound of a gearbox motor. This is an extra ball button, start button. They are really cool. So here's an original Williams or Bally, I'm not sure, a knocker. And this thing does exactly what you think it would do. So it comes with a metal plate, which will be mounted in the back box. So and when the solenoid is triggered, this pin will go up and it will knock against the metal part, making a real knocking sound. So it will be on top of the pinball machine. And now you might ask, where are the pinball legs? Where's all the hardware, the coin door, etc., etc.? Where is that? Well, let me show you a secret. Because due to the delay of the small control panel, I already started building the pinball machine, and things are going exactly the way I imagined. And let me show you. This is the back box. And the screens are already attached. So this is a big 32-inch screen. This is a small, I think a 28 or 24-inch, I'm not sure. No, I think 21-inch screen. Here you can see the speaker cutouts. They're not done yet, obviously. And you can see the special design I made with the two pinball flippers and the small pinball bowl. So this is the speaker grill. These are the strobe lights. So this is the back box. And this thing here, it's made by Pixelcade. It's an LED DMD made for Daniel Spice. And the original one is still in the box. So this will be a big matrix. So this is going to be lovely. So I installed the sidebars and the rails for the glass. Already test fitted it. It is flawless. It's exactly down to the millimeter correct. Here will be RGB LED strips. And let me show you the front. And this is a plunger. It's an original one, but it's modified, so it will work with the computer. So everything is powder coated black, so all the metal parts are powder coated. And I went with black hardware, so you can see the original back box hinges. And I'm pretty happy with this. So here you can see the strobe connectors for the strobe lights. These connectors are for the addressable LEDs behind the speakers. You can see the screen. So this is the original pinball hinge you will see at original pinball machines. This is to keep the back box in place. Well, actually it's for keeping it in place temporarily because there will be M10 or M8 bolts in the back here. But you can open it now and then you can move the back box. These are these beautiful hinges. Let's not break it because the back box is really heavy. Let me fix it in place. I made the door. So the artwork is being made as we speak by Sayoshi, and I'm working with him on this project, and it's going to be a Wild West theme with beautiful bright colors, so it's going to be awesome. So I can't wait showing you the end result. So subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss one video, and follow me on Instagram as well. And I promise you many fun videos are coming up. The pinball build, the small control panel. I'm going to build this year a beautiful 32-inch full-size arcade cabinet. And I have a lot of tool videos because I bought a lot of cool tools. I did not have time to open the boxes, so they're still in the corner of the workshop, but I bought some great stuff. So, and now for the giveaway. Send me a DM or send me an email with a video or a story about your favorite game and why it is that this game is so special to you. And I will choose a winner out of all the stories, and the one with the best story will get a bitmap book of choice, and I will ship it to you wherever you are in the world. And I warn you, if you own one bitmap book, you want to buy them all because they're just so amazing. So, and to end this video, let me tell you a small story about a game and why it's so important for me. And this is about this game. You of course know this game. It's called King's Quest V, and it's made by Shara. And when I was a small boy, I played King's Quest 1 and 2 and 3 hours and hours and hours. And this was a lot of fun because you needed to type in all these English words. And this expanded my English vocabulary a lot. It was pretty useless on school because all the words were about treasures and dwarfs and scepters and pebbles and eagles and feathers and duck fur and porch and anyway, it was still lovely. And then King's Quest V released. And I remember that it was still sealed. My father bought it. It was pretty expensive back in the day, and it was on a top shelf in the living room. And he told me that the day I could take my own, I could do my own insulin shots because I was a diabetic. I was diagnosed with diabetes type 1 when I was about 6 years old. So the day I could give myself insulin shots, do my own insulin shots, I could unwrap this box, King's Quest V box, and play with it. And I still remember my response because I told my dad instantly, I can already do it. I can already take my own insulin shots. I'm not afraid. And my dad told me, okay, show me. So I still remember, I took the pen, the needle, and of course all children are afraid of needles, but I slammed it into my body like really hard. It didn't hurt at all. I was not afraid, I was only laughing because this same afternoon I could unwrap King's Quest V, and well, obviously it's a beautiful game and I enjoyed it years and years and years after, and I still enjoy it. And I was not afraid of needles anymore. So since that day I took my own insulin shots until today. Still, I'm a diabetic, I take insulin shots, and this is why King's Quest V is so important. So this is my story. Tell me your story. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you win one of the bitmap books. See you in the next video. Bye.